Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Wrestle Tea with me, Sam Leterna. Today, I am joined by Leon St. Giovanni, ahead of his Fatal 4-Way at Final Battle. How are you doing?
How's it going? Thanks for having me. Got a big week. I got a big week.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But right now, you're in a hotel room, right? Are you in the ROH bubble?
I'm in the bubble. It's an undisclosed location. Off the grid.
I think it's great that they are having you guys do that kind of protocol where you do quarantine for whatever the amount of days is for safety purposes. You know, we have to all do our part during this time with wrestling and be as safe as possible.
Yeah, they're doing a great job with it. This time around, it's even better than before. It's just really responsible, and it keeps everyone safe, and we can have a nice production. And hopefully no cases this time.
Yeah, I mean, just I guess the way everything works with the virus. I don't even know if I should be mentioning this negativity on my channel, but like anything can happen, right? You can be asymptomatic, show symptoms, or just be living your normal life. So anything. But as far as the bubble goes, can you legitimately not interact with anyone on the roster? Like, is everyone just on the same floor, awkwardly not communicating?
We're kind of scattered throughout the hotel, but it's funny. We really can't interact with each other. I actually bumped into a couple guys when I first was checking in, and like I approached them. I got maybe within 6 feet of them, and they're like, "Whoa, hold on!" Stop.
Yeah.
Like we're not allowed to hug, fist bump, nothing. Like you can't touch. Because if athletic commission sees it, you're done. Like no warnings, you're out of here. So, especially prior to testing, we already did testing at home. Like we actually did they sent us a home kit. So we were on the Zoom. Everyone on the roster is doing the nasal swab. You send it in, you get your results, then you're allowed to go to the bubble. You quarantine for a couple of days in your room. Can't leave. You have to do room service, which is bad. I like it here. It's pretty good. And testing, we'll test tomorrow and the following day before we can wrestle.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's super strict, but it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, especially like just getting to do like TV again after months and months of just kind of waiting around, doing shows here and there, not knowing what's next.
Yeah, it makes you wonder. It's like, you know, I've seen you at independent shows at WrestlePro, and for the most part, people are getting tested, but there's really no way to tell. There's no, you know, guys really want to work. They're never going to tell anyone if they're sick. I mean, some are being responsible and, you know, owning up to it and just being, you know, honest. But I'm sure there are guys out there that just want to work and they need the money and they're not going to be completely honest. And that's when you get these spreads.
And I guess a really big fear is also like with anything entertainment, obscurity. Like, what if I stop wrestling? Are people going to forget about me because I'm being responsible and I don't feel comfortable going to shows? There's that conflict of interest, I guess, between safety and like wanting to get your out.
And I've done it before. I've been injured in the past where I just lied about it because I was like, wait, if I don't show up, if I cancel, someone's going to take my spot. And that's the mentality we all have in the entertainment business.
Cutthroat. Everyone's mean. No, I'm just kidding. Not everyone's mean. There's a lot of nice people. But what are you doing to pass the time while you're in the hotel room? Are you like working out? Are you playing video games? Like what's your thing?
Yeah, I'm a little more prepared this time. So I have some workout equipment. I was able to drive here. I didn't have to fly. It's close enough to my house. So I brought some dumbbells, kettlebell, got my resistance bands. I can work out in the room. I actually bought a PlayStation this time so I can, you know, do Netflix or play games, whatever, at night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I brought a couple books. I'm a big comic book guy, so I'm reading some books that I haven't read yet. And I brought my notepad because I do draw, so I'm probably gonna do some like kind of Instagram live tonight or tomorrow night where I do some drawings live with people. So that'll be fun.
Is it like comic book drawings or like in that style? Or
I do a comic book. I do some abstract stuff. I like to do I don't even know what it's called, where it's kind of a scribble drawing, or like even when you try to do a caricature but without lifting the pencil.
I love those. Yeah, the single line.
Yeah, single line and without looking at the paper. So I think I'm going to do that tonight on Instagram Live. So I'll get with people and I'll do sketches of people without looking.
That's
Something.
good content. Got to keep yourself entertained. Got to keep the fans entertained. It all works out.
And I draw wrestling here too, so I'll probably draw some outfits.
Cool.
Got nothing else to do.
Yeah, might as well use your time wisely. But when you were on the road, I know that you've traveled, all over the country. I've seen some funny posts of you in Alaska with Kevin Matthews. Do you have any like really crazy travel experiences, travel stories from being on the road?
Well, you mentioned the Alaska trip. The last one was my third time in Alaska, and it was pretty fun because I actually went there longer than most guys. A lot of guys just show up for, the 3 days maybe just to do the events and then they leave. This time I went with Kevin and our referee, Chris Robinson, and we were there for the whole week. So we got to explore, and we were just seeing like some really remote areas of the state that are just weird. Like you feel like you're in the Twilight Zone, or like you feel like you time warp.
I can't imagine how people could live in those areas, like so remote out there.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like one place has a really famous haunted hotel, which is pretty cool, and the whole town looks like an old western town. It's got like the saloons and stuff like that. So it's got their main street, and the architecture just looks like really old and western. And I'm pretty sure they filmed movies there. It's called Seward.
It's called what?
Seward.
Seward. I wonder if it's like actually an old-timey town that they like keep open, or if it's like a reconstruction. I'm weird with like history stuff like that.
I'm not really sure, but I know they have filmed movies there just because of the way it looks. It just has that feeling, that vibe.
Nice.
But that's really cool, and just getting to meet these people out there. It's like a whole different world. Like I really
and there is wrestling out there too, right? Like there's a wrestling school out there, or
yeah, there is now. There wasn't always. There's such a small scene out there. So before WrestlePro really started making an impact there, they had so few talent, like wrestlers, that they would have to do these joint shows where they would do maybe like 2 wrestling matches, 2 boxing matches, and like 2 MMA fights, just to fill up one card because they didn't have enough. But I think now that we were making a presence there, the 907 Wrestling Academy in Anchorage is like really blowing up. Last time I went to visit, they had like over 20 students. So, and they're going to start running events. So I think they just have something to look forward to now, something to like work towards, because WrestlePro is going to start going there like 3 to 4 times a year for these tours. And, in April we're doing 5 events in 10 days, which is like unheard of. No one's ever done that.
Yeah, that's like history in Alaska, and you're a part of that, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
I saw that, I don't know if I'm saying her name correctly, but Freya the Slayer? Slayer? Yeah.
Yeah.
Freya the Slayer. I sound so lame. But she just got an opportunity with AEW Dark, so it's true. Alaska wrestling is on the up and up, and it is because of WrestlePros.
Yeah, she's one of the people out there that's really like pushing it forward. I know she has her own ring, and I think she trains. She's training, and I think she's based out of Fairbanks. So she's one of the people out there that I think is gonna do really well, and especially if she moves to like the lower 48, as they call us. Mm-hmm. Down here, she's going to do really well. I know she did NWA Power, and she just did Dark this week, so she's doing really well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But we don't want to talk too much about AEW because we're talking Ring of Honor Final.
Yeah, yes,
for those who do not know, you should catch that on December 18th at 9 p.m. It's going to be airing on Honorclub and on pay-per-view as well, right? From the cable box.
Yep, and Fite TV.
Oh, and Fite TV. Okay, cool. I had no idea the Ring of Honor was on Fite TV. That's awesome.
I always tell people Fite TV is great. So that's actually where I catch most of the episodes.
Cool. Yeah, Fite TV has everything.
Yeah, like, Fite TV is fantastic.
Even beyond wrestling, yeah. But I have a question. Did the Fatal 4-Way that's coming up between you, Josh Wood, Stack Draper, and Tony Deppen, did that come to you as a result of your time limit draw with Jay Lethal? Because I got to see that match, and that was crazy, hard fought. I felt the emotion in it, and I feel like that's so rare with wrestling now to like get emotionally invested naturally. So yeah, was that like a catalyst to this four-way that gives you an opportunity eventually?
Yeah, I'd say absolutely. I think that match was kind of an eye opener for a lot of people, management as well as the Ring of Honor fans who really haven't seen that side of me.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone that knows LSG and Ring of Honor, they just think of Coast to Coast, my tag team. I was in a tag team for like 5 years, so I think I've only had maybe 5 or 6 singles matches in my entire tenure here at Ring of Honor. So people got to see a completely different side of me that, and that's something that I've been doing on my own, like outside of Ring of Honor for a long time.
Yeah,
I'm
I always
predominantly
see
a wrestler, so I'm always on my own. So it's like, this is cool. It was a cool moment for me to kind of like come out and just show people what I'm all about and what I'm capable of. It's a whole different side of me. And I think they're like, whoa, okay, well, let's get him on Final Battle. Let's get him in this match with all these other guys that are, on the come up.
Absolutely. And it's all about those opportunities in wrestling, right? Like proving yourself and getting like to the next level and whatever a specific person's goal set is. And for you, you've been wrestling for 10 years now. So like, I feel like you've just been growing and like playing your cards right. And now you never know. You could be getting that chance at the TV title. We'll find out on December 18th.
Yeah.
Do you have a strategy?
Well, it's a four-way, so really anything goes. It's hard to strategize in that. It's a matter of picking your spots and looking for those openings. It's so much different than the contrast between a four-way and like the pure rules match I just had with Jay Lethal is just immense. So, kind of got to just rely on my smarts and my athletic ability to get the job done, and then move on to Dragon Lee for the TV championship.
Oh, yes.
Insane.
Well, hopefully 2021, moving into the new year, you get everything that your heart desires. I'm big into like setting goals and, positively affirming into the universe. So what is your 2021 goal outside of possibly winning the TV title? Any potential like travel that you want to do when the world is back to normal? Where will we see LSG in 2021?
Okay, so I have 2 goals. One is to return to Germany to WXW because I went there in 2018, but I was part of I was with my tag partner. I would love to go on my own and just like see what I can do there, and just compete in singles competition. And then I definitely want to go to Japan. Like that's just that I have to do it. Like my heart is just like going in that direction. So I would love to go to Japan at some point. I need to.
Well, you've heard it here on Wrestle Tea. LSG wants to go to Japan, and I'm sure that will happen in 2021 if the world gets back to normal. Fingers crossed. Well, Leon, thank you so much for joining me on Wrestle Tea. For those of you who do not follow LSG on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff, it is underneath in the bio. Also, everywhere you can catch him for Ring of Honor and all of his merch as well. So bye. Follow.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yes. I haven't had my tea in the shop very often. What's that?
It's a Celsius.